What's good, everybody? It's Glide. So today's video I feel like has been long overdue. I feel like I've been needing to do this for a minute now. I wanted to go back to a specific video I made 3 or 4 months ago and check out the comment section. The title of this video is called The Next New Naruto Game Will Be, and if you watched it, you know what's in it, but if you haven't watched it, I'll leave a link in the description down below as well as a card in the top right if you want to check it out before you watch this video. If not, that's fine. But basically, in that video, I voiced my frustration of not having any new Naruto game to play in 2020. I guess if you like Naruto Ninja Tribes, you have a game to play. But everybody else that wanted a console Naruto game, we've been kind of left out to dry. And to be honest, anime games in 2020 have been dry, period. There's really not been much to play. I also voiced my frustration of not having any news from Bandai whatsoever. Just something to look forward to for 2021. Hopefully it's just them being quiet and them working on something behind the scenes, and they're gonna surprise us at some point, but we still have not gotten any news. Like I said, I made that video 3 or 4 months ago, and it's December now, and we still have nothing to expect, and it sucks. In that video, I kind of gave all the different possibilities of what we can expect for the next Naruto game. I wanted you guys to let me know in the comment section down below, what did you guys think the next Naruto game will be, or what was the next Naruto game you guys wanted. And looking at these comments you guys left under that video, I want to say maybe 70, maybe even 80% of people want a Naruto open world game, a Naruto RPG, an MMORPG, something of the sort, action RPG or whatever. I thought it was going to be, you know, a little bit more balanced, because originally when I made that video, I thought most people would have wanted a Naruto Fighters game, which a lot of people still do. But maybe I thought that because my little anime gaming bubble or community that I'm in on Twitter and other platforms, we've always said that maybe that would be the best route to go. But, you know, the vast majority of people want an open world Naruto game, and I don't fault them for that. Either way, an open world game, fighters game, and then I would say the third or the least wanted out of all of these games is like a Shinobi Striker style game, or Shinobi Striker 2. So now I'm going to read some of these comments under the video. I'm going to split these up by the type of game that people wanted. First being, I'm going to read the open world RPG type comments. Next, I'm going to read the ideas for Naruto Fighters. Third, maybe an SS2, and then last, I want to check out some of these interesting ideas that I saw that I didn't really think of, and maybe some other people didn't think about too much. So for the first comment, this guy wants an MMORPG with a combat like Storm 4 and character creations with an open world where you can move through all major villages and minor villages in the Land of Fire, also being able to choose what village you're from, and the story varying set in old times. That way we have more room to make new stories. Now, what this guy wants is probably what most, or damn near every Naruto fan wants in a Naruto game. This is everybody has thought of something like this before when thinking about a Naruto game. Everybody wants to create their own character from whatever village, be able to go and travel to different villages. Everybody wants that. I think it'll be pretty cool. For me personally, I definitely would make a Cloud Village ninja. My character's sporting the Cloud Village headband. You already know. You know, my chakra nature will be lightning. If you're from Elite Village, of course, it'll be fire. You guys get the gist of it. And the only thing I can see being a problem with what this guy has said is the Storm 4 combat. Not that it's a problem, because it works in Storm, but when I think of like open world RPG, MMORPG, I don't think of, you know, arena style fighting when it's an open world RPG, if you know what I mean. I want it to be open. I want to have freedom to fight however I want to fight. You know, if I want to jump on a tree, throw some kunai, you know, do something like that. If I want to, I don't know, run on water while I'm doing a fireball jutsu or something, you guys know what I mean. I would rather have something like that than be confined in an arena style fighter if I'm going to be in an MMORPG. But yeah, with what this guy said, I don't think it'll ever happen. I don't think it'll ever happen because it's too ambitious. We've never seen Bandai dish out that much money for something like that. Maybe the biggest thing they probably put money towards was Kakarot, and for what it was a decent anime game. It wasn't the worst anime game ever, but I personally think it was rushed. CC2 is an amazing developer, but I think they just either they didn't have the money, they didn't have enough money to finish out everything that we probably expected for Kakarot, or Bandai kind of rushed them and there wasn't enough time to completely add everything they probably wanted for that Kakarot game. So yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me when I think about it, because Bandai loves making money off these anime IPs, but don't put the time, effort, and money into something, because this would definitely be a cash cow for them. Another comment for an RPG style game, he says, it would be hard to pull off, but I would want an RPG where you make your own character and choose what they specialize in, like taijutsu or something, and you play and do a mission and tuning exams, and you can work your way up to be a Hokage. That's also an interesting idea. You start from the bottom, maybe we stay in the Elite Village, work our way up as a beginning, and then, as the game progresses, we become Hokage level. That'd be kind of interesting. This guy says he wants an open world MMORPG, preferably in VR. I didn't think of that. That's actually interesting. I don't know how that would work, because making an MMORPG would be a huge task, but then also adding VR to it, that would be interesting. I'm not saying it wouldn't. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think? The last RPG comment I want to read, this guy says, I want a Naruto RPG where you create your own character and help Naruto throughout the story. That's an interesting take, because most people that wanted an open world RPG, they want their own character to go through his path, do whatever he wants. But this guy's saying we should help Naruto with his story, or maybe like an original story. That's an interesting take. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about that? Most people said the same thing the first guy said, so I don't want to keep reading the same thing over and over again, but you guys get it. If you want an open world RPG, let me know in the comment section down below. Next, let's look at some Naruto Fighters comments. So I don't make this video too long. This guy pretty much sums up what most people want in a fighters game. This guy says, if I'm being honest, I want an FGC competitive Naruto fighting game, almost similar to Dragon Ball Fighters. Of course, because I want the game to have an actual skill gap. I don't like how the Storm series did with the combo system. It was just one button, but with a new Naruto game with, let's say, arc system in charge will be a gift from God. By the way, good video. Thanks, bro, for that. I appreciate it. So first I want to say I kind of agree with them when it comes to the Storm series. In the combat system, you are essentially pressing the same button and you're changing the combo by moving the left stick left, up, right, or down, but I will say there's a skill gap. There's definitely a skill gap in Storm, because if you play casually like I used to and then you hop online, you're gonna get your ass kicked. You're definitely gonna get your ass kicked, because a lot of people know how to string certain combos together, know how to cancel combos depending on their assists and the character, yada yada yada. So there's definitely a skill gap there. I'm not gonna say there isn't. It's just it's not gonna be as big of a skill gap like if there was a Naruto Fighters. Because Naruto Fighters, you actually have to practice. You actually have to learn the basics of the game. Learn if there's gonna be assists in the game. You got to learn what combos work well with assists. There's a lot of things that go into a 2D fighting game that an arena fighter can't do and other kind of games can't do. So I agree with them. Naruto Fighters is definitely for the people that want to flex on how good they can be at a game. Trust me. So now that we've got the open world Naruto game and the Fighters Naruto game out of the way, a lot of people brought up Shinobi Striker 2. And to my surprise, this is what I wanted out of a Naruto Shinobi Striker 2 game. I want them to make it more like Xenoverse. I'm gonna read these comments first before I say anything else. This guy says, I don't care, they just need a CAC game that has legit customization and not the half-baked on release Shinobi Strikers. Something with more customization and overall Xenoverse feel would be dope for a Naruto game. I definitely agree. This guy also says, what about a Xenoverse style Naruto game? You make a custom character and travel through time and fight alongside with your favorite Naruto characters to fix or save the time periods, because time travel is a thing in Naruto now with the turtle. Yeah, I think that's in Boruto, right? I think the time traveling turtles in Boruto. So I agree with what both of these guys commented and all the other Xenoverse like Shinobi Striker comments I got. I believe Xenoverse is still the pinnacle, the blueprint of what a CAC anime game should be. They're not perfect, but they're still the best CAC anime game in my opinion. So I agree with what both of these guys said and all of the other Xenoverse like Shinobi Striker comments I got. I actually made a video comparing Shinobi Striker and Xenoverse 2. If you guys want to check that out, I have a link in the description down below, as well as a card in the top right. I will say the video is super old, so my audio wasn't as good, but everything that I said in that video is facts. So last but not least, I want to check out a few of these people's comments that came up with Naruto games that a lot of us probably didn't think about, or at least I didn't think about, and I thought they were really interesting. It would be cool if they did come out. So this guy, he says, yeah, I need an RPG. I'm not too big on the idea for Naruto Fighters, to be honest. But this is where he got me. He says, at this point, I'd be cool with the Rise of Ninja Broken Bond Remaster. So I don't know why I never thought of that. That would be perfect. And Bandai would make so much money if they did this, because so many people didn't play that game. And here's the reasons why. First, you couldn't play the game because both of those games were exclusive to 360, surprisingly. So a lot of people missed out on that. And then if you're newer to Naruto, or maybe you're a lot younger, so you didn't have a 360 back in the day, a lot of you guys missed out on that game too. So I think if they brought it back to light and they re-released it maybe in like a bundle package for both of those games for $60 or $70, boy, that game would sell like hotcakes. Trust me, that game would sell. Like maybe they can do a few tweaks for the gameplay. They definitely would up-res the quality of the graphics and stuff like that. I think that's an amazing idea. And then the next comment, actually right under it, this guy says, why do I feel like a stealth type game would be cool and you get to be an Anbu and go on stealth missions? I never thought of that either. Maybe like some old Assassin's Creed type vibes. Maybe you're using Kakashi in a story mode or something, or maybe you create your own CAC. You start off as a Genin, and then they realize that you're a child prodigy, so they put you in Anbu Black Ops, sort of like Kakashi or Itachi. That actually be pretty dope. That's a cool idea. I mean, it'll be completely different from what we would expect from a Naruto game, but it would be interesting. For the last comment, this guy says they should make a Shippuden game similar to Spellbreaker. That would be so perfect. So I think he means Spellbreak, and if you guys know Spellbreak is basically a battle royale game similar to Fortnite, similar to Apex, but completely different. They have magic instead of guns, and it's actually a really cool, interesting idea. Spellbreak has that same anime art style feel, so imagine that being a Naruto game, everybody running to certain areas. They have to go to the circle, running on trees, running on mountains, using jutsu. That actually would be a pretty cool idea. I kind of gotten burnt out of battle royale games, but imagining that as a Naruto game with your CAC and putting on the jutsu and stuff like that, that would actually be a pretty cool idea. They can make it free to play. They can add the whole battle system. Easy way for them to make money is to do something like that. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about that? So that's pretty much it, guys. I guess the only other thing that I saw in these comments that people wanted was another Storm game, which is fine. If they did come out with another one, I would play it. It would be cool. But me personally, I'm over it. I grew up with the Storm series. I played the very first one on the PS3, played all the other ones as they were coming out, and I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out of the Storm series. I know a lot of people love them, but I'm burnt out. And the only way I could see myself really enjoying another arena style Naruto game would be if they follow the Kill la Kill format. Not a fan of the anime, but love how they did the game. It's like a mixture of a Dragon Ball Fighters and an arena style fighting game. There's a skill gap. There's a lot of different combos you can do, a lot of different fighting styles. Everybody's unique on that game. Again, don't like the anime, but I love the idea of the game and how different it is compared to most games out there. So I'm finally done. Hopefully this video doesn't come out to be too long. Boy, I've been talking for like an hour. A whole ass hour. Hopefully I can cut this down pretty well. So that's pretty much it, guys. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to comment and let me know what do you guys think about these comments that I read. And also, again, let me know what do you want the next Naruto game to be, or if you have any other cool ideas, let me know. And if you're new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe and join the journey. That's it. See you all in the next video. Peace. So I agree with both of these guys and all of the other comments I got about wanting a So I agree with both of these comments. So I agree with both of these comments and all of the. So I agree with what both of these guys said and all the other Xenoverse like Naruto. So I agree with what. They're the blueprint. They are what they should be.
You're so dumb.
Trust me,
really dumb.
I mean,
For
Xenoverse
real.
was probably